Which is better, golf cart batteries or server rack batteries? We're going to find that out right now. So any of you who have been part of the channel for any period of time know that I absolutely love golf cart batteries. But I also have a bunch of server rack batteries, and I've been getting the question a lot, what is better? And the answer is, as most are, it depends. Let's first establish something. I am trying to find the best bang for your buck power solutions out there. Something that's high quality, delivers a ton of power, but that's not necessarily going to break the bank. And that's one of the main reasons I'm intrigued with golf cart batteries. A lot of them are priced extremely competitively for the capacity they are. So this is a 51.2 volt, 100 amp hour golf cart battery. You might be able to see I've got a stack of 3 of them right here behind this one. Take note that the server rack batteries are 51.2 volt, 100 amp hour, and 51.2 volt, 100 amp hour. So battery capacity across the board are the same here. The chemistry is the same. These are all lithium iron phosphate battery chemistry. So what's the difference? And why would you use a golf cart battery as opposed to server rack batteries? Reasons I like the golf cart battery. Reason 1, and probably the biggest reason, it comes with this charger in the box. It's a 56.8 volt, 18 amp charger. The thing I love about these chargers is, 1, you get it with your battery, so you immediately have a way to charge it up. 2, this is actually weatherproof. It's meant to go outside and charge your golf cart in the weather, rain or shine. That's really nice. Another reason I like the charger, it can accept dirty power from gas generators and not care. A lot of the golf cart batteries come with a monitoring screen. This particular one is a little touch screen, so we can see our state of charge, our amps in or out, our voltage, our temperature, estimated time remaining. And then we can just page over here to page 2. We actually have control over charging and discharging. So if I don't want it to discharge right now, I can just toggle that off, and we lose power right here at the terminals. We've got cycle counters, more information on the temperature, and we've got, a nice spread of all the individual cell voltages. A lot of these golf cart batteries also have Bluetooth app monitoring, and you can see and control certain aspects of the battery, just like we could from the monitoring screen. Another benefit to these batteries is most of them are weather resistant. So these can just sit outside anywhere without even having good shelter over them, and they'll weather things just fine. Personally, I'd still recommend, covering it with something to keep water directly off of it, and probably more importantly, sunlight. But they are sealed, and so stuff does not get inside very easily. The other thing that's impressive about these is most of these have a 200 amp BMS in them. That's like the equivalent to one of these big wall mount batteries. So these can discharge a lot more current if needed compared to something that just has a 100 amp BMS. Some things that are not good about a golf cart battery. While you have this screen, it's loose, right? It's meant to be mounted to a dashboard somewhere. So you got this big, cable coming off the battery, and you got to kind of keep track of the screen somehow. And then it's just got terminals that you attach to. No breakers, nothing like that. So it's just kind of a bare bones, get the job done kind of battery. Another potential issue with golf cart batteries is if you want to have a bunch of them in a stack. You can see here I've got a stack of 3, and that's the highest I dare go with that. I would not want to go any taller. Server rack batteries, on the other hand, have a great way of stacking and being space efficient. These are my 2 favorite bang for the buck picks, which I'll explain, but first, let's go over what you get with a server rack battery and its pros and cons. Most of them only have 100 amp BMS units. The golf cart battery has 200 amp BMS units. These are not quite as easy to just kind of lug around. This golf cart battery has this really nice handle, got 2 on each side. It's a lot easier to just kind of pick up and move. This has these handles. It's a little more awkward though because of how far down it hangs as you pick it up. But on the flip side, these server rack batteries are much, much easier to stack. As I mentioned before, their screens are integrated, so you don't have wires hanging out everywhere. They have a built-in means of overcurrent disconnect that's separate from the BMS. Golf cart batteries are relying 100% on their BMS, and I always recommend you do a very good job of fusing, etc. on your cables with golf cart batteries. Server rack batteries also usually have some kind of internal communication, so they can communicate between themselves, and they can communicate with inverters like my 12,000 XP right there. Both this server rack battery and these over here have a great monitoring app as well that will show you all the information that you need and more compared to the golf cart battery. You can also tell server rack batteries are built to be paralleled. Most of them have 2 output terminals. You can see we've got that on this Techex battery stack as well. Golf cart batteries just have 2 terminals. So one way or another, you're going to get a lot of power. In fact, the same amount of power. It just depends on your priorities as far as how you're going to install it and what you're going to use these batteries with. I absolutely love this WattCycle server rack due to its just massive, gorgeous touchscreen here. It's got so many awesome things that you have literally at the touch of a button. I absolutely love this screen. I also am a big fan of the standard terminals on this that allow me to connect just about anything I want to this battery. And the build quality is incredible. I'll be sure and leave a link to my official review video of this battery so you can see it more in depth. They've also done an outstanding job with their app. Hands down, one of the best monitoring apps for a battery I know of. And you get all of that for an incredible price. These Techex units are an incredible bang for the buck as well with their quality. They've got just these monstrous handles, something that the WattCycle is kind of missing out on. And the internals of this is just as good, I'd say, as the WattCycle, with a slight improvement in that they actually have a built-in fire extinguisher. The WattCycle ones do not. Same great internal communications, just like the WattCycles here. And some people may like the fact that the battery terminals are these kind of push-to-connect cables. And the other thing that gives you even more bang for the buck with Techex is they not only include parallel cables, which WattCycle does, you can see a couple of them right up there, but Techex goes the extra mile and gives you these huge, long cables, a positive and a negative for each battery you buy, that has an extra push-to-connect connector on one end, ring terminal on the other, so that you can connect these to a inverter or a bus bar or something like that. The thing I don't like about the Techex units that the WattCycle is far superior on is the screen. These screens give you information, but it's nowhere near as convenient or nice as this WattCycle screen. However, Techex provides in the box, as part of the cost of the battery, these really nice stacking brackets so that you can just out of the box stack your batteries on top of each other. The WattCycle, you need an actual, server rack cabinet to install them in, or just line them up on the ground like I've done here. But once again, these Techex units do not include a nice charger. And none of these server rack batteries are weatherproof like the golf cart battery is. So in the end, I think it boils down to your needs. As I said before, ultimately is your need to be able to stack as much power as you can in the smallest footprint. Server rack batteries may be the way to go. Do you need internal communications with like an inverter? Or are you going to be using these as expansion capabilities with your portable power stations? I've done extensive testing and different hacks and stuff about that, and I'll leave some links to videos about that down in the description. But on the go, in an RV, a van, etc., boy, you really can't beat the bang for the buck that this golf cart battery gives you, plus its included battery charger. So leave me a comment down below on what you guys think and which solution you would pick, and explain why. It's always fascinating to hear everyone's different use cases, different needs, and I can't wait to hear that information down in the comments. I've got links to all this stuff that I showed you here, as well as some additional videos that you might appreciate seeing. I also have links to where you can submit a guaranteed to be answered question from me, as well as a place where you can book a one-on-one video consultation call with me. So take advantage of those offerings. We've always got more epic content in the pipeline, so stay tuned for that. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hype the 5 free things that really help small YouTube channels like mine. This video was 100% unsponsored. It's just me trying to provide you guys some education. You guys are always commenting saying you want more of this kind of content. So if that's indeed true, please let your actions show it and do those 5 free things. That's the way I can tell the content is valuable to you. So stay tuned for more. Everyone stay safe, and we'll catch you all next time.